Oh, my God, I'm shaking.
Who says you can't go home again? Not the 6,000 residents of Manistee, Michigan. They welcome back local hero James Earl Jones with open arms, not to mention cameras and autograph pads, when the distinguished actor journeyed home for his first visits in 30 years.
Your own town, your own town. There was a barn beyond it, between the silo and that grove of trees. The house was here. It was partly made of the old chicken barn.
Only the silo remains of what was the Jones family farm, where young James Earl was raised by his grandparents, but plenty of aunts, uncles, and cousins still live nearby.
Did you get any of those greens?
No, I had to pass. Yeah.
He should have been back here quite a while ago, but he just missed the plane or something. Some run went wrong.
This is the school?
This is the old schoolhouse.
Wow.
Next stop, the one-room schoolhouse where Jones spent grades 1 through 8.
We built a Tarzan hut back in here. The girls found it more exciting than the boys did because, you know, we were abducting the girls and taking them off into the Tarzan hut. The battle was who's going to be Tarzan and who's going to be the apes. You know, that was always the big argument.
Where are those transmissions you intercepted? What have you done with those plans?
But for the man with the most famous voice in the universe, Manistee's memories are bittersweet. It was here that his legendary voice was nearly silent when at age 6, James Earl Jones developed a stutter so severe he remained virtually mute for the next 8 years.
It was when I confronted other human beings is when I had a problem. Not so much the family members. I could relate to them what I needed and what I wanted to express, but strangers traumatized me.
That trauma continued until high school, where Jones met up with an English teacher who tricked him into talking by putting his pride on the line.
He discovered I wrote poetry. He said, this poem is so good, and of course I felt flattered by that, but he said, I don't believe you wrote it. So to prove that you wrote it, you got to get up in front of the class and recite it by heart. And I got up and recited it by heart, without stuttering. And that began the recovery of the voice.
That marked the beginning of a future filled with voice lessons, speech therapy, and eventually award-winning acting. It is a transformation he chronicles in his new autobiography, Voices and Silences. And fittingly, he held his first book signing at Manistee's Ramsdell Theater, where he performed 40 years ago.
I've been following you ever since.
But not all of his childhood memories can be found within the pages. He admits he kept some of the more risque remembrances for himself and for us.
It used to be a Shell station. And at the age of 14, I stopped in there one day and bought my first condom. I put it in my wallet and stayed there. I think when I was around 21, I took it out and looked at it, and it crumbled into dust. I'm glad I had no need for it.
Mr. Jones also told us he felt the need for a stage name with a little more flair for that first acting performance in Manistee all those years ago. That night he was known as Todd Jones. James Earl Jones, Voices and Silences will be in bookstores next week.